Enshrouded is a survival, crafting, and action RPG game developed by Keen Games. It's set within a sprawling voxel-based continent where players can explore mountains and deserts in an open world, shaping their destiny as they choose their paths. The game's unique setting is a mysterious world shrouded in fog, where players must survive various threats. Enshrouded entered early access on January 24th, allowing players to experience its demo during Steam Next Fest. This game draws inspiration from a mix of genres and titles, including Valheim, Minecraft, The Elder Scrolls, and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, combining elements from these games into its gameplay. Players awake as the Flameborn, the last hope of an ancient civilization, set against the Shroud, a creeping blight that absorbs and mutates all life it encounters. To push back the Shroud, players must forge their path along a deep open skill tree to master powerful weapons, spells, and armor. Enshrouded features a third-person survival crafting game set in a massive pre-built fantasy world called Embervale. Its unique selling point is the Shroud, a magical fog inhabited by fell enemies that covers huge swathes of the map, similar to how rivers and lakes would in other fantasy worlds. Now that we've covered the background on Enshrouded, let's take a deep dive into this game and the game that's taken everyone by storm with its unique blend of survival crafting and action RPG elements. If you've just embarked on your journey as the Flameborn, you're in for an epic adventure filled with challenges, mysteries, and a world begging to be explored. In the next few minutes, we'll guide you through the essentials of your first 5 to 10 hours in Embervale, ensuring you're well prepared to face the Shroud and uncover the secrets of this ancient civilization. So grab your gear and let's step into the fog. Enshrouded drops you into a world covered by the Shroud, a mysterious fog filled with dangers and wonders. Your first priority? Survival. Start by familiarizing yourself with the basics. Gather resources like wood and stone, crafting your initial set of tools, and finding a safe place to call home. The voxel-based continent of Embervale is vast, featuring diverse landscapes from towering mountains to sprawling deserts. Early exploration is key, but beware of the Shroud's creeping blight. Your survival hinges on the gear you craft and the shelter you build. Initially, focus on creating a basic weapon to defend against wildlife and shrouded creatures. Then, gather resources for a simple shelter. Building near resources like water and trees can be a game changer, providing easy access to essential materials. Crafting is at the heart of Enshrouded, with an open skill tree that allows you to tailor your gameplay. Early on, prioritize tools and weapons, but don't overlook crafting stations like a workbench or a furnace, which will unlock new crafting recipes and opportunities for advancements. Combat in Enshrouded is inevitable, whether it's wildlife or the Shroud's minions. Knowing how to defend yourself is crucial. Spend time mastering the combat mechanics with your initial weapons. Each creature has its weaknesses, so observing and learning these can give you the upper hand. Exploration is not just about survival in Enshrouded, it's about discovery. Venture into the fog-covered territories with caution, uncovering hidden dungeons and ancient ruins. These areas are not only rich in resources, but also hold the keys to understanding Embervale's past and the nature of the Shroud. In your first hours, settling short-term goals can significantly impact your progress. Focus on building a solid foundation, a safe shelter, reliable food sources, and a basic set of gear. Once established, begin expanding your territory, exploring further, and tackling more challenging objectives. Remember, the Shroud is your ultimate adversary. Working towards pushing back this blight should always be in the back of your mind. Crafting Shroud-resistant gear and exploring ways to clear the fog are long-term goals that start with the steps you take in the early game. Your first 10 hours in Enshrouded are just the beginning of a grand adventure. With every step in the unknown, you'll uncover more about the world, the Shroud, and yourself as the Flameborn. Embrace the challenges, revel in the discoveries, and remember, the fate of Embervale rests in your hands. Okay, everyone, now that we got that out of the way, I kind of wanted to give you some in-game tips and tricks for your first 5 to 10 hours. Now, if you are one that does not like to have spoilers or you want to do this blind, then I suggest you stop watching the video right here. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but I am going to show some of the beginning imagery and also some tips that I think be wise for you to adopt in your first couple of hours of gameplay. And really, these are, I would consider, as must-dos in order to set yourself up for long-term success. So immediately when you get into the Enshrouded menu, you're going to have 3 options. So private, host, and join. Now, I do want to mention that irrespective of which one so if you want to play by yourself, you can. If you want to host a game, you can, obviously, and you can join someone else, a friend's game. But I want to highlight this because irrespective of what you do here, the character that you're going to play and level up and gear up, that will go with you irrespective of where you choose. So for example, if now I've chosen to host because people, I'm sure once I start streaming this, because I do stream on Twitch and YouTube, if I do get people that are interested in my community that want to play with me, then I wanted to be able to provide an avenue for them to join me. So I've started a public game and I've named it, and we'll just go in here. And of course, you'll have to set a password. But my point is, right now I'm playing and started my blind playthrough on my hosted server. And if I were to come back and play tomorrow and a friend of mine says, hey, why don't you come and play on my server? This character, even though it's being leveled up on my server, will come with me and I will have the same skills, attributes, equipment, all that kind of stuff as I go over to someone else's server, if that makes any sense. Now, the menu, the UI menu is very, very friendly. And I'm going to go back and start from the beginning as far as once you get out into the open, you will basically come out to this area. And I'm highlighting this because immediately what I would suggest is obviously pick up anything that you can pick up. And, you know, like, again, I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but basically you make your way down, and you'll go in there and you'll have to figure how to get out. I don't want to spoil that. And again, there's some things that you can explore on your own, but eventually you will need to figure out where you want to basically put your base down. And in this case, the game uses something called a flame altar. And as it's described here, place this flame altar above the shroud to mark your home. Build inside the mark area around the flame altar. So when you put this flame altar, and you can choose to put it wherever you want in the universe, it basically just marks your territory, okay? And you can build on it anywhere that you want. So it's basically for you, it basically marks your territory. But I wanted to say a couple of things. Let's get rid of this wolf first. So a couple of things. what you want. So there's crafting that you can do anywhere you are in the world. In other words, you don't need a workbench, and I'll highlight that later. But it's very nice. There's certain things that you can craft on the fly. Again, I don't want to spoil anything for everybody, but the only thing I do want to mention is I would highly suggest that you craft as early as you can a pickaxe and an axe, so you can cut wood and you can mine as well. Okay, it'll just make it easier, and really all it really entails is some of the basic materials which you will find easily. The biggest tip I can give is, once you get down here, prior to going and finding the sleeping survival, I strongly suggest that you make a grappling hook and you make a glider. Okay, and the grappler needs 4 metal scraps, 7 string, and 10 shroud spores. Okay, and the glider requires more material as well. And again, all you really have to do is highlight these items in the workbench and it'll list what you need. Okay, so I have already gotten the grappler hook, but I have not crafted the glider. I am still getting the resources for that. But those two, in my opinion, are a must prior to venturing out and finding the sleeping survivor. And I don't want to spoil it, but there's a big reason why. It'll just help you navigating the world more effectively. Okay, so tip number 1 is absolutely grappler and glider, a must craft before you really start exploring. And this game is all about exploring. The other thing is, as you can see here from my map here, and this map is massive. Okay, this is basically the area where you start the game. All right, and then this is where I put my home, and basically the flame altar, and I'm slowly discovering other areas around here, and this is where I need to find the sleeping survivor. But my point is, when you leave the immediate area, and this is the immediate area, I would strongly suggest, again, venturing out to these areas near here and explore, and also always pick up everything. Collect, and eventually you'll have enough resources to craft. And this is really early game, guys. So this is a workbench which you can craft, and there's also chests. Okay, storage chests. Now these are the basic ones, which once you put items in the storage chest, and you they're in the storage chest like any other storage chest. But there are chests that, even though they're called, I believe they're called magical storage chests. I've looked on my crafting recipes, and the difference is that when I go to the workbench, items that are in the upgraded storage chest will actually show up in my inventory and allow me to craft the item, even though the material required may be in one of the magical chests. Okay, so my point is, I personally wouldn't craft too many of these normal chests, because anything you put in there doesn't show up in your inventory when you're crafting. So you have to go in and basically grab the item and put it in your inventory in order for it to be crafted, if that makes any sense. And again, moving stuff between the storage chest and your backpack is just shift and click, shift and click. Okay, so it's very, very simple. And yeah, so glider and the grappler hook are like a must. The grappling hook and the grappler and the glider. Sorry. The other thing is, if you notice on my hotbar, you'll see all the items there. And there are 2 levels to the hotbar, and just pressing Alt will go from one set to the next set. And again, this is all visible on from your backpack menu, right? So right now, when I hit Alt, it's on this level. When I hit Alt again, it'll go to this level, and whatever I have there will show up on my hotbar. And again, you can move things from your backpack to your hotbar. That simple and that easy. But I definitely, as I alluded to earlier, you definitely want a pickaxe and an axe, and of course, you want some sort of weapon. The other thing I would strongly suggest is making a wand. Again, there's materials required. This is why I think the first couple of hours, stay within this area around you. And there's some areas with a shroud area. And we're going to go to one shortly. And you can just gather materials. Make sure you also have a torch, which is pretty simple. And the UI is very, very easy. So this is by pressing I, go into your inventory. So it shows the map, and you can set waypoints, clear waypoint. So if I didn't set it, now I can set a waypoint. There's your journal, which has personal knowledge. There's a tutorial section, and there's the world progress. So your flame can be upgraded. I'm not going to go into that much detail. Then there's the workshops, which shows certain things. And then there's the quest line, which shows you what quests you've completed and what quests are up right now. And then you have your crafting that you can do on the fly. You have what is in your backpack, and you can upgrade backpacks. Then you have physically what is equipped on your character. So, for example, if you crafted a higher upper body piece, you would be able to replace this low upper body armor. Okay, so you go to your character if you need to equip something or upgrade something. Now, this shield I actually found in an area. So venturing out and going and exploring the world is obviously one of the things the game wants you to do, and doing so yields you some pretty decent rewards. And then there's the skill tree, and I haven't obviously done too much insight into this, but basically you can see if you go to the outer ranges, all these different skills kind of lead to a certain play style. So there's the assassin, ranger, beastmaster, survivor, athlete, barbarian, warrior, tank, battle mage, healer, wizard, trickster. So again, depending on what play style you like to choose, you're going to earn these things, and you'll need them to be able to unlock all these skills. So basically, you can do a very quick analysis of what playstyle suits your playstyle, and you probably be well vested a good 5 minutes of your time, 10 minutes of your time, going in here and seeing kind of what you like, what you don't like, and going in that direction. But the skill tree is up here. Okay, we covered everything. So again, Enshrouded has these areas like in the intro, and there are areas that are very easily distinguishable by the fog. And you'll notice if you pay attention to the middle top of my screen, once we enter here, you'll notice a timer, and there you go. So I immediately stepped into an enshrouded area, and you see that there's a timer ticking down from 5 minutes, okay? That's basically saying you have 5 minutes to get out of here, or else I'm going to take on like lethal damage, right? So going into these, do not be scared by these areas, but definitely be diligent, okay? And there's loot here. There you go. I got more metal scraps, which are really good. I would highly recommend you explore these areas. Do not be scared of them. And again, highly recognizable by the there you go. I fell right in. Oh boy. So here we go. There's an enemy in here. An infected enemy. So let's see what he drops. Okay. Torn cloth and shroud spores. So definitely loot everything. I got animal fur out of that. And look at this. There's a chest. Bandages. So definitely explore these areas. Keep an eye out on the timer, of course. And you'll find yourself looting some really good early game things. Now remember, there is the pickaxe, which basically, the beautiful thing about this world is you can terraform just about everything. Down, sideways, up. Like, it really is crazy good. So far, I'm finding it really enjoyable. So as you can see, the time is slowly, but once you leave the fog, you're good. The time disappears. And there's another one over here. Let me equip my weapon. Let's see if we find anything. Here we go, collect. And those are twigs. Awesome. So go into these areas. Just be mindful of the time, but definitely explore them. And I'm going to get my axe. And let's see what this resource is. Now, this is in the enshrouded area. Oop, okay. So, ooh. Oh, buddy, thank you. What do you got? Shrouded spars. Okay, this is all stuff you're going to need for crafting materials. So grab everything. Anything that you can mine. Oh, look at that. There's something going down. So let's go take a look. Let's get our torch. Now we got 4 minutes. And here we go. So the shroud looms. Some lore stuff. Got any enemies in here? What do I got here? Oh, nice. Wood logs. Health potions. Nice. Okay, let me get my... Nice. Now, you'll notice my health bar in the top left corner, and the blue bar below it is my stamina bar. Okay, so you got to be mindful of that as well. Oh, nice. We got it. Okay, so remember I said that requires a pickaxe, a lockpick. Remember I said there's certain things, there's crafting that you can do on the fly. Now, I could have crafted a lockpick, even though I don't have the workbench. I'm not at my base. But I don't have enough metal scraps. So I unfortunately will not be able to open that. And that's unfortunate. Unless I get... Let's try to get a metal scrap here. No, all wood... Oh, we just got one. Perfect. So now I'll be able to... not a pickaxe. Where is it? Lockpick. Okay. So I crafted one. Now I'll be able to open this chest. Let's hope it was worth it. Wooden arrow. I don't think that was worth it. But whatever. Okay. Anyway. Anything else good here? And obviously, you could explore further if you want. As you can see, my timer's down. Animal fur. Again, early game, grab everything. I'm down to 1:30. So, again, be mindful of the time when you're in the enshrouded areas. Mycelium. This is awesome. So, like everything here, everything. So, look at that. You can dig in. Now, I would have gone further, but we need to leave. We're down to 44 seconds. So, let's get out of here. And now the timer disappears and you're good to go. So, these enshrouded areas, explore them, okay? Explore. I would definitely, like I said, until you have your grappling hook and your glider, I would not venture out, because those are going to be crucial for your exploration. And really, guys, pick everything up. Everything. Another berries. As you can see, my health bar. So I have berries. Look at this, okay? So my health is probably at what, 55%, almost 60%. I'm going to eat a berry, and all I'm doing is left clicking on the hot bar when I put the berries. And the good thing about this game, most survival games are heavily focused on drinking water and eating food in order to keep your health and stamina up. I'm finding so far in this game, yes, you get hit with obviously health going down when someone does damage to you, but for the most part, you don't have to go, and it's not such a chore keeping up your health and stamina. The other thing that's really neat, keep your eyes open. Here you go. This is obviously, we all know what that is. That's a bee nest. But the honey, don't lose sight of that. Now remember, sometimes you will get chased by swarming bees because you kicked them out of their nest. And that's really my tip, is grab everything, harvest everything, and do not venture out until you get your grappling hook and your glider. Those are my early tips. This game looks like it has a lot of potential. It's combining a lot of different genres, which is very appealing to me. So I'm very interested, and I hope to be providing more videos like this on Enshrouded as we dive deeper into this game. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you can find it in your heart to like, comment, or subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And as always, we'll hope to see you next time. Take care. The opinions expressed in this video are mine and solely mine. Healthy debate is always encouraged. Hate is never welcomed. So get over it.